Well, it's funny that you even say that because uh, I don't. You ever seen that ancestry? Well, that
Yeah, yeah,
right. Okay,
yeah.
so basically, there's a group of people. They're like, nah, this can't be true. Like they're like they just say based on what you look like, and obviously your features that are
Oh,
characteristic
really?
to certain traits.
Don't
Yeah,
you like send a blood sample or something?
yeah, exactly. I'm gonna
Yeah,
get
yeah.
to that actually. So basically, they're like, yeah, yes, you send a blood sample and everything. So one time, these people sent in monkey blood. Okay, yeah, right. You already see where this is going.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so basically, as the results came back, the people said that you're part Russian. Okay. Yeah. Oh. You didn't. Recording in
Yeah.
progress.
Yeah, no, I mean they like you would be canceled because I don't care what you say on here because you're the one that, said it. So if you say
What'd I
the no,
say?
no, oh, you talking about I don't
What'd I
really
say?
care, obviously.
Don't want to
To me,
say it
it's
if you
just a
don't care.
noise. Well, I know that it's still inappropriate to say. It's not my
What's
word.
inappropriate?
It's not my word to say.
What word are we talking about?
um,
What word, Emma Jeremiah? What word are we
well,
talking
Efrain,
about?
I think that we're in the same wavelength here. I think that you have some
Wavelength?
deep
Yeah, you, me,
insecurities.
wavelength.
Yeah, wavelength of communication, and I realized through that, that stream of telepathy between us, that you're a racist piece of shit.
Straight telepathy.
Racist piece of
Straight
shit.
telepathy. You're just a white, cis, angry, white male. That's all you are.
I'm a malinist actually, so masculinist. So like I support men's rights. I think that men have been exploited for far too long. We have child support. We don't get that, they don't like that we have an opinion about what they do with their bodies in regards to abortion. They don't think,
Andre was calling me.
oh,
I hung
you
up.
probably should.
It's okay. Don't worry.
Oh,
Don't worry.
okay.
Don't worry. She'll call back later.
Well, you see, that adds on to my point. So, like, mothers I mean, do you think they call their daughters like that? Like, the fuck?
Yeah.
It's a joke, man.
Whoa.
I'm trying to act like
Oh.
we're from a
Oh.
disadvantage, even though we're
Well,
not.
technically, we are.
Oh,
When
are
it
we?
comes,
What do you mean?
yeah, yeah. Like
Please
Tinder.
explain
That
your white
bullshit.
privilege, sir.
I got no white privilege. I got. If I get privilege, I better fucking eat tacos and fucking any tacos I want any time of the day. But that don't happen, sir. That does it. No, it don't.
Do you think that back in the day, like when being a straight white male was like the shit, you know? Do you think that back then they realized that being a straight white male would be like the worst thing you could be?
Well, in the sense you're talking about it, you might as well be a Jew. So like,
Oh, like a Jew back then? Is that what you're saying? Like a Jew back then is the equivalent to a straight white male now? Now that you can talk.
yes.
Dude, I could see. Oh, I thought I saw pink in your eyes from here. Like, oh my God. No, no, no pink.
Oh, that hit me.
So yeah, straight white man is the equivalent to a Jew back in the day. What was a
let's just
Mexican
look at
man of today equivalent to back then? Mexican
Yo.
man. Mexicans have always been the same, man.
How my old grandpappy told me, which is Mexican and Native American. My grandpappy told me, he was like, you know what, boy? You're so lucky you have it here in this time period, because he told me that back in his day, he had to go pick up his food behind the restaurant where all the bums live. So, other than that.
When
Yeah,
did
all
your
right.
family come here?
What?
Like, how far up the line was it before they came? I'm not saying that they came
Tell me
over
about it.
now. I'm saying, like, how far up your family history was it that they lived in Mexico before they moved over?
Well, I wouldn't say my whole family, but some of my family at least. They live in, what was it? I forget where. It's basically a farm, and I actually went there before,
Huh.
and I stayed the night there for a couple of days, like say a week,
Yeah.
and we had to take showers outside in this little, not even a restroom. It's just like a square with a water spout, and it's clay, but it's like hard clay. And like then you get out and the water's cold, and it's like in the morning time, and you're like, where the fuck why is everybody standing around where you take showers and piss? And I don't know, it was just weird. But then everybody sat around the fire and made tortillas and rice and beans and meat, and it was just different, man. Like,
How old were you when that happened?
I was like maybe 12, 11.
And so you're
around there.
saying, so you still have extended family that lives there?
Yeah, they live there. They don't want to move or anything.
So how far up though was it, like before your
To
ancestors
tell
moved
you the
over?
truth,
Or
to tell
you
you
don't
the
know?
truth, I don't even know.
Mm.
So like I never looked up. Well, it's funny that you even say that, because uh I don't, you ever seen that ancestry? That
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right. Okay,
Yeah.
so basically there's a group of people, they're like, nah, this can't be true. Like they're like, they just say based on what you look like, and obviously your features that are
Oh,
characteristic
really?
to certain traits.
Don't
Yeah,
you like send a blood sample or something?
yeah, exactly. I'm gonna
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
to that actually. So basically they're like, yeah, so you send a blood sample and everything. So one time these people sent in monkey blood. Okay. Yeah, right. You already see where this is going.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, as the results came back, the people said that you're part Russian. Okay. Yeah. That you also have a quarter what was it? Swedish or something, right? Okay. And this is a fucking monkey, dude. Like people pay money for this, dude. And I'm like, I knew there was always something behind that. Like don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we don't have like samples of blood, but like, yeah, you can't go back like 10 generations, like the blood storage wasn't even like what that adequate, nor was it like we even happen to have the capabilities.
Well, I think the idea is that they analyze the blood and somehow they're able to tell, because like you have certain features, right? Like Mexicans, Asians, black people, white people, everyone has like certain features associated with each race. And so when they analyze the blood, I think they're supposedly able to identify those differences. Cause like just like how I mean, yeah, races have certain features, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Yeah. So like maybe blood does too. Maybe certain blood has, is a range of just I don't know. I don't know. But that is funny. Russian monkeys.
See, I was like, come on, this is based on like bullshit. If this comes back as that, like I thought. All right, and I just have to tell you this because just because you're my friend. Cut
All
your
right.
hair, okay? Cut your hair, Jeremiah, please.
Dude, I'm trying to
Please.
tomorrow. I'm about to go on this date with
All
this
right.
girl, and it's long, man.
Yeah, just cut it, please, okay? Oh my goodness, what did
Yeah.
you do?
Well, it's the beard. So like the beard has been here for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and it just kind of grew with the hair. I got the haircut one time since I've been out of the army, and now I shaved the beard finally. I just wanted to experience like a thick beard after not being allowed to have one for 3.5
It
years.
feels better when you don't have it, right?
It does, but it's cool to grow it when for like 3.5 years you weren't allowed to grow it, and now it's like, oh shit, man. So like now that that's gone, I did put some grease in the hair to try to help it, but
Come on, you're not Michael Jackson, bro. Like,
I'm just
so
trying to
come,
make it look presentable when I meet this girl.
no,
man.
I get. I'm not trying to be rude. Just cut your hair, okay? I say that with love. I really do.
I think I will tomorrow. I'm gonna
Okay.
go.
Anyways, so tell me about your TikTok and what you
Oh,
gonna
my
do, or
shorts.
well, yeah, your shorts or whatever.
Oh yeah. What I was gonna say earlier was that one thing I noticed when I was making some of these YouTube shorts is that, because I'd look at other people's shorts to see like how they do it
What
and
do you
everything.
mean? What do you? Oh,
Like
okay.
just kind of not their actual shorts,
Yeah,
Efrain.
I
You
was
fucking
thinking that.
dumbass.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was thinking that just for a second, but then I was like, he's talking about the videos, right?
The problem is we're both high. But
Yeah, that don't help either.
anyways, shit, man. What the hell was I talking about? Where? Oh yeah, YouTube. We're so fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. YouTube Shorts. So what I noticed is, okay, all right. What the
Come on,
hell was
come
it?
on.
Oh, okay. I got it. So most people don't actually make their own content. They just like record it from other, like Joe Rogan, that Joe Rogan show. They
Yeah.
You see those clips all the time on YouTube Shorts or TikTok or whatever. They'll just like take a little snippet of his podcast and then put some corny ass catch like Joe Rogan's opinion on free will, or it'll be like Joe Rogan says that COVID is bullshit. Take vitamins and work out, or I don't know, or the most motivational 1 minute of your life. And it's like all they came up with, their whole part of the equation was just coming up with the caption. Everything else they just fucking stole from somebody, and they're trying to make themselves get a lot of views, right? But like literally, if you go scroll, I don't know about you, maybe it's the algorithm I have or whatever, because I watch a lot of Joe Rogan, so maybe I just see a lot of Joe Rogan clips. But I see maybe with each 5 video clips or something is like an actual person that made content themselves. It didn't like steal it from somebody else.
Well, isn't that what like everybody does? Either they make it up or they like kind of takes something from them from what you're seeing, like
Yeah.
that's why I tell you to like with your comedy act, for example, like that's why I say like watch these comedians and like you'll learn something from them, because like I feel you're more of, I don't know how to put it in words, but whenever I see your comedy, it's like dumb humor, but at the same time, like it's still straightforward, and you're trying to get, and I can understand from my perspective of what you're trying to get across. So other than that, like,
Yeah.
how should I say? Like, because when you say that you bomb, like that's when the crowd reacts to me based on what you tell me, at least. So like when you bomb, like try to do that, like not actually bomb, but use that for ammunition whenever you go back up on stage, like rather than take it as a disadvantage make it one of your strengths.
Yeah.
Like,
One thing I've noticed when I look back at videos is the further away I get from it, the better or the easier it is to learn from it, for me at least. So like, say I'm fresh off a bombing, I just went to I went to the bar, did my set, not a single fucking person laughed, and then I try to watch that video that night or the day after, it fucking stings, man, because I'm still freshly wounded from that incident. It's like a fucking
vulnerable
soldier that fucking like lost his leg or something, trying to like look at the video footage of him losing the leg or something. Not that extreme, but you get what I mean. Like it's the same.
I get you.
So like, of course, not that extreme. I'm high, but
no, you're cool. You're cool.
But when I look at it a month later, I can more objectively look at it. I could be like, oh, they didn't laugh when I said that or I did that. All right, so maybe next time I won't do that part. Or, oh, they really laughed when I did that. I'll make sure I do that again next time. It's like this really like, it's one of the most brutal tools for developing something, but I think it's probably one of the most effective is actually like in comedy. I think that's actually something that comics have that's kind of an advantage over some of the other arts, because like if you write a book, you write the whole damn book and you don't really get feedback on it till it's done. And then maybe it's from a few friends or whatever, you don't really get good feedback until you actually publish the damn thing. And then maybe it flops and it didn't do good. But with comedy, it's like you're pretty much, by the time you like go do a show with something in your comedy arsenal, you're pretty much guaranteed that that thing's going to work because you've done it in front of 200 audiences of people. And if 190 times they laugh, you've got like a really solid bit that you can bring on stage with you and trust that it's going to work,
Yeah.
And so that's like what the whole open mic process is. Now, the problem is I still don't have one of those because I've only went on stage like 4 times, man. The only bit that I've done more than once was the one about my grandpa having trouble getting into the Jeep because he's fat and old.
Yeah, don't do that one.
Well, I did it at the comedy club and it went really good. Like I had people laughing more than I've ever had. But really? I think it was because I was just doing it in front of people that are fucked up in the head because it was all open micers, and they thought it was funny. I was making fun of my grandpa because he's fat and old, But then when I went and tried it at the country bar in town and I was doing it in front of 3 old people, oh my God. One lady like raised her eyebrows at me. I was like, oh my God, dude. Fuck. I could tell probably 10 seconds in that it was not going to go well. But I had to finish it.
Go ahead.
I had to fight through it, just get it all out, and then just walk away in shame.
or look, and you can use this as even for yours. Next stand-up, I would suggest if you'd like, because it was funny that me and my coworkers were doing this. One of my friends from Cracker Barrel works with me at this new company and everything, and she was all, so I saw this TikTok, and she was all, do y'all wash y'all's legs in the shower, or do you not wash your legs in the shower? And like we all looked at her. And then my coworker said, I don't wash my legs. So, and it came to me and I was like, I don't wash my legs. Like
you don't?
Because I feel like when you wash your body and everything, the soap just runs down.
Do you wash your ass?
Yeah, of course. Whoa, I promise you.
I thought the same about legs. I thought you should. That was just implied. You wash your legs.
I promise you, I do. But the thing is, like, I guess whenever I think of it, it's like My shins. My shins, that's what I consider my legs when I say that, but I guess that could be misconstrued by it. So it was like divided half and half amongst us. So it was pretty funny.
I wash my legs.
Okay.
Each
I
leg
guess I
gets a
should start
squirt
washing my
with the
legs.
soap. And I even wash my feet. Like, I don't like get, scrub them, but like I put soap on it and rinse it off. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I usually just use whatever's in the shower too. So like growing up, I'd always just whatever shampoo my mom had in the shower, I didn't give a shit. So I'd be smelling like, I don't know, peanut butter cup or something. I don't know. Whatever my mom had in the shower. Yeah.
Oh, you go buy your own damn stuff.
Even when I was in the army, like I mean I did sometimes, but usually I just used whatever my roommate had in the shower. I didn't give a fuck.
Gosh,
I
Jeremiah.
was an asshole roommate, but he never used it anyways. This dude showered like once every 4 days.
That's gross.
Yeah. Rip, if you're watching this, fuck you, man. You nasty ass piece of shit. Jeez, I fucking hated my roommate, dude. I mean, I didn't hate him. Like, I didn't wish ill upon him, but like, he annoyed me
literally.
so bad.
What was his name?
I don't want to say. I don't want to say.
Okay. I
My
forget.
nickname, his nickname's Rip, so I'll call him Rip. But
he's all, I see this, Jeremiah. You talking shit about me? I was like, what you gonna say, Jeremiah? Say
oh,
it.
dude, I always talk shit to him. Like he'd fucking like, but see, he'd manipulate, man. He'd be like, because he knew that knocking on my door pissed me off, man. Like, unless it was you actually needed me, right? Like if, Sergeant whoever's at the door and they're looking for me and you're just knocking on my door to let me know that, okay, whatever. But like if I'm in my room and it's free time and I'm just trying to like unwind from all the bullshit for the day, the last thing I want is for my dumbass roommate to come and knock on my door, right? So he'd knock on my door all the time, and then I'd open it, and he'd be running back in his room and slam the door and be like, and then if I wouldn't answer, he'd just keep knocking. So,
or you know what I thought of?
What
is that?
Well, no, hold on. So the way he gets
go
me
ahead.
is he'll cut a piece of, he'll make a steak for himself, or he'll make some pork, right? And after he's like tortured me with all this bullshit knocking for no reason, he'll cut a little piece of the steak and he'll knock on my door, be like, go the fuck away, man. Fuck you. And he'd be like, bud, come on, bud, just come here, man. And I'd be like, go away, dude. And he'd be like, come here, man. Just come here. Just, I'm like, dude, I'm serious, man. Like, get the fuck. And I just like get up and like throw the door open. He'd be like, I just want to see if you wanted a piece of steak, bud. I'm like, oh my God. Yes, I want the steak.
It sounds like Morty from Rick and Morty.
Yeah. Well, it's just like really annoy someone all the time and then like do the same thing you usually do when you annoy them. And when they give you and when they react the way that they normally react, show them that you're doing something nice for them, and then they look like an asshole.
I get you.
You weren't paying attention.
Like, no, I was. You fucker.
It just sounded so dismissive, dog. You were like,
no.
I get you.
I was just this beanbag isn't that very comfortable, but what I was gonna say next, shut the fuck up. What I was gonna say next is that, you need to get the people on from Milsim that at least, to talk to us or something, at least face to face, because I need to see like the bloody, like what his face looks, because with his raspy ass voice.
Yeah.
Just everything else seems like just it would be a little more, I'm not saying anything, but like get someone from the Milsim to like also hype it up with us, you know.
Yeah.
So like, even get check on here, you know. You know how it's just simple, no, it's just like a phone
Well,
call, just like
yeah, I talked
you
to
know.
Check. He's got a girlfriend now, actually, and he's with her today.
Mm,
And he says that he should be around next weekend though, if we wanted to do
okay.
something. And then with Hollow, I was talking to him too, and he was saying that he's free tonight, actually, like I think in 2.5 hours, but that's too late for me and for you. So, but when you have like 3 people, sometimes it gets a little clunky, you know, like people start talking over each other.
Not even.
You don't think?
No, I think weren't they all in a Milsim? At least they have some type of discipline. They're not some complete retards. Well, some of them at least, right? But come on, you gotta think
That would be
outside the
fun.
box,
That would be
right?
fun.
Yeah, exactly. Because I want to see freaking what's his
I want
name?
to see you and Check argue. Like, I want you to say the Earth
Nah,
is flat, and I want him to like react
oh
to it.
my goodness.
Dude, you
But
already know that would be funny as shit, man.
it would, but I want to see what's his fucking name? The
Mohan?
fucking old man, Sam.
Oh, Max.
Max. There you go, Max.
I'll
I
message him
want
and
to see
ask
his.
him.
Yeah, I want to see that fucker. He was like, "Come on, man. At least you know how to do some technology."
It would be
Cause
fun to talk to him about it. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like I finally see that fucker.
Well, because
Like
like I
I've
don't
always.
talk to him a lot because I don't really play Xbox as much anymore. But I still message him every now and then just to check in. So I could ask him if he wants
Yeah,
to do the
that would be
podcast.
cool. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Or check or someone.
Yeah.
It would always be nice to see like Mohan too. To put
Dude,
the
what if we just got the whole damn gang? Because the way this app works, I think, with
exactly. It could
recording.
just go like one by one each day. You know, we get someone new or something.
Yeah. I
You
think
know.
this just makes like when it's doing the video, I think it just snaps to whoever's talking or whoever's talking the loudest or whatever. So as
Uh
long as
huh.
we're all good about being quiet while someone's talking, then we could do a big call, you know?
I get you.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think that'd be cool, dude. Get the whole
yeah.
damn
See,
gang, bro.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
you know, someone would say something interesting or even say something. What's going on?
Yeah.
Well, did you say Bloody was what? What was Bloody again?
What do you mean?
Like he's like in the military now.
No. That was Spartan. Just for anyone that's
Oh,
listening,
Spart.
we all met each other on Xbox. So we talk about each other with our gamer tags instead of our names. I don't even remember
Yeah.
Spartan's name. I just call him Spartan. I know
Right.
Bloody's, and I know Hollows, and I don't know Mohan's. Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. But I know Max's actually. I learned his, but he keeps it private because of the IRA.
The fuck.
Seriously, he because he retired from the British infantry and he was in I think he was involved with some of the conflicts um that people in the IRA really hate the British military for. And so like if he's not careful with his personal information and it gets out where he lives, he could be vulnerable to some kind of attack from the IRA. So I mean, literally,
Oh,
like
wow.
he's had to check his car for bombs and shit when he goes out for like his whole life. He's always worried about it. So that's why I don't even
Hmm.
know if he would hop on here. Um, I could ask him, and of course, Max isn't even his real name, so it doesn't really hurt him at all that we're talking about his gamer tag, you know. But yeah,
Cheer.
have you ever?
So no,
What are you thinking about for your next chapter of your life? You've recently went through some life-changing events. So
yeah.
I know you're back on the market. Are you looking at doing anything? Like, do you have
Well,
like a
see,
plan for like something you want to do in the future, or like what's, you know?
see. Basically, right now that whatever happened with my relationship, it's all for the good. It doesn't matter whether it was bad or good.
Yeah,
It's a learning experience, and it's something that most people have to go through sometimes.
yeah,
And basically, I was down in the dumps, but you get back up. You feel better. The pain eases. It doesn't hurt as much as it used to anymore. So like it's just yourself letting go, I guess, in my eyes. But what I'm positive regardless, and yet to be happy, that like I haven't felt that in a while. So like it's something I had to learn that I didn't want to do, but when you didn't want to do it, and when you finally do it, you just feel this whole relief, just falls off. So like, but like you just replace it with other things in your life. You just it fills the gap, and just keep on moving forward because that's all you can do. You just don't let it bring you down too long, at least, right? So like, eh, yeah, that's just how I have to deal with it. Like who cares, right? Like no one actually, but like obviously, yeah, like my friends, my family, and all. But at the same time, like in reality, like it's your problem. But like that's just society and most people, at least I would say. But it's okay. And that's life. And then
isn't that the crazy part though? Is that, oh, there's my phone. I'm gonna have to look at my Tinder in a second. But um I don't like doing that because I think it's rude, especially when we're doing like a podcast, like the least
yeah,
I could do
yeah.
is not check it. But um I do have a date coming up, so I want to see where she wants us to go for a restaurant. But no, I was gonna say, isn't perspective kind of crazy? If you think that like, you're going through something right now, I'm also going through something, and you know about that. But like that we could be having these huge problems for us, right? Or whatever is bothering you, whatever's like a big, huge problem in your life. And, that's huge to you, and this is like a big problem. And maybe you're depressed about this thing, or this thing really pisses you off, or you feel like lost or something. I don't know. Meanwhile, this guy over here is having the best fucking day of his life because he just landed the job that is going to pay him $3.5 million a year. And he feels like he's on top of the world because last year he was just making $50,000 a year or something, like how someone could
Yeah,
be having like such a amazing time while someone else's kid just died or some shit. Like, but
yeah,
I mean, like
yeah,
all these experiences are just so fucking different. And then meanwhile, that's just us as people, but the earth doesn't, that's like the least of its problems. It doesn't give a shit about any of that. There's like
yes,
lions fighting in the jungle. There's
yeah.
getting
Like there's
chopped
so much
down.
shit. Like
Yeah.
you just can't comprehend it all at once.
No. Elon's launching fucking cars out into space.
Is he?
Yeah, you never saw that one car that he launched
No.
out in space? Dude, he launched a Tesla. He launched a fucking Tesla in space. I'm not shitting you, man. I promise.
Oh
It has a
shit!
little
I
fucking,
gotta check that out later. To tell you the truth.
yeah, if I remember right, it's like he put like an astronaut mannequin in the driver's seat, and it's like got its hands on the steering wheel.
That's funny, man.
But I
That's
mean, all
funny.
this shit's going on, man. Like, so there's even like if you think about the employer firing his employee, like the employee's getting fired, he's a victim of it, and he didn't see it coming, and now he's trying to figure out what he's gonna do. Meanwhile, it's just kind of a frustration slash awkward thing that he's gonna feel a little bit bad about for the employer. Just like the two opposite perspectives of it. And there's always like
Yeah.
two. there's always like a balance in everything, right? Isn't there always like the opposite of something?
Well, there's always yin and yang, basically. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, like how there can be, there's white and then there's black. The opposite of white is black. The opposite of heavy is light. The opposite of
Well,
wet is
like good
dry.
and bad. Is that what you're saying? Like,
The opposite of good is bad. The opposite of
you
soft
know,
is hard. The opposite of flexible is stiff. The opposite of, I don't know, cold is hot. Like, except with gender.
yeah.
Except with gender, Efrain.
Do
There's
you
like a
want to
million
go
of
there,
those.
Jeremiah?
There's a
Do you
million
want to
of
go
them.
there? Do you want to go there? Like,
Honestly,
we can go there. It don't bother me none. But I'm just saying.
yeah, I don't care either. We can go there. I'm trying to figure out myself, because like I'm not trying to be closed-minded to it, because it does make
Yeah,
sense. Like I'm talking about how there's two of everything, but there's obviously usually a spectrum in between the two. Like there's not just black and white, there's gray, you know? So like why couldn't it be the same with gender? There's male and there's female, and then there's whatever the fuck that is. Like
well, well, it's just see how I see it is it's just the society feminizing men and demasculating them while promoting women as strong masculine women that are independent and don't need a man, to don't support them or whatever. That's just how, what society is told because,
yeah.
a lot of women have that attitude nowadays, but, what are you going to do, right? Just, it's just society. And, I don't even agree with it, but, at the same time, that's time for another conversation, but you know
Yeah. Yeah. It's it's tough to address it because there is that too. And I think part of the argument against it is that there is certainly gender specific traits. Like psychologists will tell you this, that men tend to be less agreeable while women tend to be more agreeable. And they will say there's outliers, of course, and there are exceptions. There are people that don't follow that rule. It's just generally speaking, men tend to be the more disagreeable ones, the more combative ones, the ones that will,
yeah
whereas women tend to kind of be more agreeable. And a lot of people, or I shouldn't say a lot of people, but I don't want to quote him and then misquote him, so I won't say his name. But basically, this one clinical psychologist was saying that, and take it with a grain of salt because I can't recall exactly if he said that, but basically that women tend to be doing better in college and universities. That
that's
statistically
true.
is true. And the reason for that is he thinks that men have become less, or being less agreeable, but being a man, masculinity itself has been attacked. And so in a way, a lot of men are feeling lost when they can't really be themselves. And because of that, women tend to be doing, okay, that's not the point. It's the point was kind of that women are more agreeable, so they're more willing to comply with the system, whereas men are kind of rebelling against society right now, by being manly and like doing plumbing or electrical or shit like that. I don't know if that's true. I'm probably talking out of my ass. I'm just throwing that disclaimer out there because
that's true. That's why you don't see
yeah,
like
I know women are doing better.
women.
That's the only thing I know is like
No,
fact.
the
Everything else was
women are
just.
smarter. That's true. Like, don't get me
No, I
wrong.
didn't say that, damn it. I just said they're doing better in school.
Okay, they're doing better in school. Exactly.
Like
Okay.
Rick says from Rick and Morty. Or no. Who was it? Someone in Rick and Morty, one of the characters on the show, says that he says school's not a place for smart people.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
But what were you saying? Sorry.
Basically, programming, Jeremiah.
Yeah.
I forget, but damn it.
I almost lost where I was going when I was given all those like disclaimers and shit about what the fuck I was. That's how you know you're about to fuck up, man. When you gotta give disclaimers, dude. Like, well, I know that I don't mean that, I don't mean this, but insert extremely offensive statement.
Yeah. But yeah,
I think
shit.
that's part of why I like the comedy stuff, even though I'm not that good at it yet, is that you can kind of just say whatever the fuck you want, and all they care about, the ultimate litmus test is just, is it funny or is it not funny? We don't care what it's about or what you said. Is it funny or is it not funny? If it's not funny, you're going to feel all the pain of that. But if it is, then you just got away with saying whatever the fuck you wanted to say,
Loser.
And I mean, the
Oh,
only
God.
consequence is that you just feel like a dumbass while you're on stage, But it's an adrenaline dump, man. I'm telling you, like right before you go on stage, and then when you're coming off, whether you did good or bad, it's an adrenaline dump, dude. It's just like fuck.
Gosh.
That might be another reason I'm a little attracted to it.
So
You're high. You're high.
I'm stoned.
Yeah.
I'm stoned.
I just saw that. Dude. You just like looked at me. You're like, I was stoned as fuck in the sauna the other day, man.
So yeah, because normally I don't smoke this much, as like this much. So I'm like pretty blitzed. So yeah.
Well, this might be a good time to check my Tinder.
All right, check your Tinder. So what did the guy tell you?
Shut the hell up. Brianna says, I said, I'm new to the area, but preferably somewhere quiet, and that'll be open till at least 10. Assuming things are going good on our first date, LOL. Do you like Smoky Bones? And then I said, but there is that ball game on tonight, so it might be pretty loud there. And because it's like a good restaurant, but they also have like a sports bar.
Yeah.
And I
So,
don't wanna,
so tell me, what is Jeremiah's preference in a woman? Like,
but dude, hold on. Her response is, LOL, it doesn't matter to me as long as I can have coffee or beer.
Oh wow, dude. Fucking awesome.
I'm gonna tell her Smoky Bones it is. 8 o'clock. 8. Okay. And let me Google how far away Smoky Bones is. And what were you saying?
Everybody wants to know what's Jeremiah's preference of woman, huh?
I have family that watches this now.
Okay, never mind. Then don't say that. Then don't say
that
that.
was just a joke, man.
Okay.
Honestly, I know it might sound kind of cliche, but seriously, like if she's smart, like I can't deal with a dumb girl, man. I just can't. Like one that's like just stupid. And I'm not saying stupid as in like she can't figure something out.
Would you say Rachel?
No, not like that. Because Rachel's self-aware, usually. Like she kind of realizes what she's doing.
So what do you mean by self-aware?
Like someone that doesn't fall for like the most simplest of traps because like they're not aware of
what do you mean,
themselves
like
at all.
Deceived?
Maybe like for example, someone that is obsessed with always having like the most expensive shit that they can possibly have. That would annoy me because like a wealthy person isn't necessarily someone that has all the material things, but has that freedom financially, right? Like where they can pay their bills fine, they're not worried about, making rent and stuff because they have an emergency fund, like shit like that. That's more rich than like I got a Bugatti that I got to pay $1,500 on a month or something. I don't know, but
no, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's that's kind of hard to explain because I don't necessarily mean IQ. I don't mean like that kind of intelligence. She doesn't need to be a brain surgeon, but someone that just isn't dumb about life. Like, I don't know, like she's confident, I guess. She can handle herself in a conversation. Maybe she's naturally introverted, but she can still be in a crowd and like interact reasonably. She doesn't feel the need to please others. She's just being herself, living life, comfortable in her own skin. That's kind of the person I want. And then of course I want her to be hot as fuck. Like
Well, yeah, who doesn't, right? Which guy doesn't, right?
yeah. But I mean, like, if I have to live, like, it's one thing if I'm just hitting it, but if I got to live with it, they got to be different.
Yeah, I hear you. Built different.
Yeah.
I get you. I get you.
And if any of my family's watching, no, I'm joking. I'm waiting until marriage, of course. No, my family's really big on that, man. They I don't know how yours is, but like they wouldn't be cool with like, I mean, they wouldn't like, ostracize me from the family, but like,
Well, yeah.
they wouldn't be happy about me living with someone that, I didn't date and marry and all that stuff. I kind of get it. I don't think there's anything wrong with being traditional like that. But if you think about it realistically, it is kind of crazy to commit to living with someone for the rest of your life when you've never lived with them for even a night. You never had sex with them. Like, how do you even know if you're going to like sex? How do you know if you're going to be able to stand living with this person if you haven't even spent a week with them? I don't know. What do you think?
See, because I would say I'm traditional, to tell you the truth, but like when you put it in that aspect, like
Makes you think,
damn,
right?
like yeah,
Yeah.
cause to a point, that's how I like. Not saying I have to, but like I kind of want to,
Yeah.
because I feel like the family structure is like stronger, and like it has a better foundation rather than a family that like is built when they're drug addicts or something like that, like, because
Yeah.
there are rare few families like that, because like my family was like one of them. So like, you know uh like how would that family compare to a family that has like complete structure and like a foundation of that they can all lean on and like be supported by,
Yeah.
rather than someone who is like, say you only have one parent, and and the other parent is like a drug dealer and like wants to kill your mom, and and,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
everything basically you could think of. And it's just like, how would the
Maybe
two families be different? That's just
maybe
how
it
I
is
say it.
better to conform. Like it's definitely easier to just conform to whatever the societal norms are, to like date and then marry, and then you go to church every Sunday and Wednesday, and then you attend all the church events, and you send your kids to play with the church kids, and you always make sure that you go to their sporting events, and it's just like, you don't really try to get outside the box. Like people talk about it like it's a bad thing to get a 9 to 5 and but I feel like for a lot of people, living that normal life and not trying to step outside the box is best. There's some people that don't fit in the box, but I feel like there's some that do, and there's really nothing wrong with that either.
So question is, not saying are you, but like when the time comes, do you want to be a father?
Yeah, yeah, no, I do want kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like I'm a bit late to the game. Maybe you feel the same way because we're both kind of in our late
How
20s.
old are you? How old are you, Jeremiah? I
Well,
forget.
26, but I don't want to have a kid till I'm kind of set in whatever direction I'm going in life, whether that's comedy or what. Like, I need to be stable in something that I'm making money at. And then, I want a girl, and I want to have like some kind of relationship with her first before we have a kid. And then,
Yeah.
so I want those things in order. So like, if I'm looking at that, I'm realistically not looking at having a kid till I'm like 31, which I guess is, I mean, I know there's like a lot of dads out there that, had
Yeah,
little kids
they're
when
like
they're
when they
older.
were 17 or like
There,
18. See, like
and then there's the
for
opposite, like in their 30s, you
yeah,
know.
yeah, see for me, like my brother had his kid at least at 18 years old. So, and she's like 13, 12, 14, somewhere around there. I forget. I'm sorry. Excuse me, Serenity. Uh, but at the same time, like my brother's still young, right?
Yeah.
And he can still do things. And I see her, she's like maybe like 12, 13. So she's growing up, like, and I tell myself, man, like I would have had kids already if it wasn't like for my relationship to a point. But it's still, I have as much doing as the other person. That's it's still
Yeah.
me. I
But
made
there is
that
an
choice.
advantage we have coming in as late dads or older dads, and that's that, like, we're not going to be as dumb as our dads that were young, or our parents that were young,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
exactly,
Like my
exactly.
dad was kind of late as well. I forget. I think he had me at 24. Um, so, if I'm having mine at 30, that's still a 24-year-old and a 30-year-old are different, you know? And
Exactly,
so
exactly.
if I have a kid at 30, I'm not going to make as much dumbass mistakes as I would have made if I was 18. And I'm going to have a lot more patience at 30 than I will at 18, you know? So like in a way, and plus I'll be established financially, so I'll be stable and I'll have had a better, I don't want to say that this is true for everyone, but I think it's generally true that the more free you are of responsibility, um, the more you can do, right? So I was able to like take all these crazy risks, before I had a kid and everything, like join the army and try all these different job paths and try stand up and try all these different things before I got locked down. And so I'm a little bit more developed, I guess, because of that. So like,
Hmm.
when you're coming into it at 30, then it's like, well, damn, that I might just be a way better dad at 30 than I was at 20 or at 18. The downside is you have less time with your kid because, you're going to die maybe at 80 if you're lucky. And,
See,
yeah,
and like that's what one of my buddies told me on Xbox. We just play Overwatch together, and he was like, "Yeah, but like you'd be young, and obviously you still have those years with your child and all." But then he says, "Well, you look at the young people that do it now. Are they doing it right? Majority of them aren't, and they're all struggling, just to eat." So, and like when you say that, like, because that's what my brother did, he was all the same way. So I'm like, I guess he's right, dude. Like, be ready to have a child and like support them and support your family basically.
yeah.
And like he was like, yeah, yeah, just make sure you do it right then rather than rush it.
Hmm.
So like, yeah, that's so true, man. And I didn't see it that way because like like I promise you, I would have been like a father already. And that's what I've like wanted for like some time. But like it is what it is, but like at the same time it just makes me upset. I don't know if you understand that, but
Uh, I think I can relate a little bit because sometimes I feel like I'm way late to like, I feel like a loser, honestly. Like, it's like I'm 26. I don't have any fucking skill set that's applicable here. I mean, I was in infantry for 3 years. It wasn't even like anything special. It was just infantry. And I can't even use that here. Like, what am I going to be, a cop? Like, um, not saying there's anything wrong with that, but like, it's like you don't really have a lot of options. And even before that, I was 18 going to 22 and, you know, still didn't really get any skills. I mean, I've worked construction and flip flopped all around the different trades and got a couple years of electrical, but like, no, I never got a degree. I never got a certificate. I never, you know, anything like that I can use. And I'm just now starting college. And then, you know, I was in a relationship in Italy for a couple years, but it was a relationship that, you know, we both knew from the start was doomed to fail because we were both going to stay in our countries, you know. And it's like, and don't get me wrong, I don't regret that in the least. Like, I learned a lot from that relationship, but I still engaged in a relationship that ultimately wasn't long term. Even though I do think that like maybe it was still worth it. You know what I mean? Like, but regardless, my whole point is I don't have like a wife yet, and I don't really have a steady, you know, job that I can pay bills with unless it's some low level entry level job. And yeah, man, I don't know. And then it's just like when you get out of the army, it's like, well, maybe I could re-enlist, and then boom, you get a lot of those things, you know, back in order just like overnight. And you know,
Would you re-enlist?
nah. But
No.
I mean, maybe if we went to war, but
Oh my
otherwise,
God.
no. I know that sounds fucked up, and I'm not trying to sound like a tough guy or anything, but like that's literally why you join the army. You know, you don't join the army thinking like, I mean, I guess that's why you become an accountant in the army or something, but like you don't join a combat, you know, role in the military not wanting combat. Like what, then why the fuck are you in a job that involves combat, right? So like it's something you always wanted, and especially when you got out and you never actually went, you always kind of feel that urge. Plus, I wasn't really a good soldier, you know, while I was in. I wasn't a good paratrooper. So that kind of hangs over me a little bit and makes me want to like train hard now, and then if shit went down, sign back up. But not saying I would. I probably wouldn't, because like, you know, I wouldn't want to, you know that the family. Yeah. Um, but I'm gonna try to definitely get married in the next 2 or 3 years, man, because I feel like I got to get that started. And
Know what
yeah,
you mean.
I don't know, man. I feel like you prompted that, and then I just kind of went all over the fucking place with it.
No, you're fine, man. That's like, that's what we're doing here.
Yeah.
So like don't feel like you're telling your life story or anything. It's just content, but like it's good content because other people can relate to it, be based on our experiences, and I would hope they
Yeah.
would learn from any experience, anybody, that you see from us, and when you can learn, and hopefully it helps you in a good way, you know.
Yeah, I do think that's why I wanted to keep this whole YouTube channel kind of structure free, because it gives me a lot of freedom to do whatever the hell I want on it. I can do podcasts like this or little YouTube shorts for fun, or anything. I'm actually probably going to make YouTube shorts of this, because I can't tell you how many times I've seen a YouTube short of a Joe Rogan episode, and then I'm like, oh, yeah, I want to go listen to that one, and then I go fucking listen to it.
Because when you were just stirring the paint, I was like, yeah, this is good. This is good. I like the music is all putting you in a different tempo and everything.
I was
And
really
I'm like,
high, dude, while I was doing it too. I can't even tell you why I made some of the decisions I did. I was just looking at it and I was like, nah. Oh,
it was keeping
yeah,
me
yeah.
interested, at least. It was
Yeah,
keeping
dude.
me interested.
Watch it while you're high, bro. I'm telling you, it's way
Yeah,
better.
that's what I did. That's what I did.
I was looking at it wasn't paint, it was it's called stain. And I was just watching it. Like,
Just fucking around
but
with
no,
it.
I like the freedom, dude. I like being I talked about maybe doing the Star Trek clips or whatever. And okay, see, I'm so high right now. I can't talk. I was thinking about doing the thing with the Star Trek where I review the episodes, and I kind of like I kind of
Well, I don't know
commentate
Star
on it.
Trek, so.
Well, I mean, it's just Star Trek. I love fucking Star Trek, man. So like that, I was thinking, sitting around one day, I was thinking like, what would I even put on my YouTube channel? Like, who the fuck wants to listen to me, and what do I even have to talk about? And then I was like, well, what do I know? Oh, I know Star Trek, dude. I know Star Trek like the back of my fucking hand, dude. I can tell you anything. And so I think it would be cool, but the problem I'm having is YouTube won't let me post Star Trek content. You know, like I can't post a clip of an actual Star Trek episode. Or I can, but then they like demonetize it and I get like a strike against my channel or something. And I get it because it's like copyrighted and shit, but I'd like to be able to kind of like talk about it, you know, and then show it or show what I'm talking about. So unfortunately, I probably can't do it that way. I'd probably just have to like, they'd have to go watch the episode and then come. But only like the biggest Star Trek fans are going to do that. Even this is like one of the least productive things I can do on the YouTube channel because my highest view or my most viewed YouTube video that's a podcast is 13 views. Meanwhile, my most my most viewed YouTube short is like at the time that we're recording right now is like at 180 or something. You know, I mean, I know that those are like still small numbers, but 180 for a 1 minute clip versus 13 views for, so I'm only doing this because this is fun. Like this is
We'll see.
cool.
See how I also took it from the video that you sent, or you showed the bit of wood. It was learning, like you're teaching at the same time and is also being funny.
Yeah.
So like I want to say that is what like got me at the same time. You just threw some humor into it and like it made it fun. Made it funny. So like at the same time you learned and also it was funny at the same time.
Well, I tend
So
to
you
mock
combined.
things in my shorts. And so like kind of what I was mocking was like, you know how at the end of like a lot of YouTube shorts, it's like and subscribe or whatever.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like my artistic way
So
of doing it.
stupid.
But I wanted to do it because I actually do want people to like and subscribe, you know?
Well, yeah.
But what
That's
I
why
gotta
you
say
say
about
it.
that though, that YouTube short in particular, the thing that cracks me the fuck up the most about it is that I actually fucked that board up. So I was supposed to, I really suck at staining and varnishing boards. So it's kind of ironic I made a video about it. Like I know what I'm doing. And so, you know, I'm working for my dad and my dad told me he wanted me to stain these boards like 2 times and then, you know, put the varnish on it. And I said, okay, but like somehow I messed that up and I just stained it once. And then, no, I'm sorry. Originally, he wanted me to stain it once and then varnish it twice. And what I did was I stained it twice and I varnished it once. It's like I mixed it up, right? And so he's like, he had me like sand it down and then just put the varnish on, you know, and then hopefully it would get better. It would lighten it up some or something. And so that's what I did. And I fixed those and I set those to the side. Then I get my fresh boards laid out, which was one of the boards in this video. And I stained all the boards once. And then I varnished that board once. And then I was going to, you know, varnish it twice, just like his original guidance was. Like, but then he came out and he kind of like got mad at me and he's like, well, no, why would you no? Because like, yeah, that's what I said at first, but like you went and stained those twice. And he's like, these boards need to look like those boards, and you can't do why'd you and I'm like, I was just doing what you told me to do. And he's like, no, this should have been like a 1 or 2 day thing, and it's been a week now. And he's like, so I'm kind of flipping out a little bit. He's like, I'm gonna tell you what I tell Levi. If it doesn't make sense, stop. Like, oh my gosh. Like, and then that's when I feel like a loser. I'm like, I'm 26 and working for my dad. Like, honestly, I would take another job, but like, I have not had any jobs come my way that's better than what I got right now. You know, I have so much freedom working for my dad, and then like he pays me decent, and I could work starts right out as soon as I step out into the backyard. Like, you got to give me a pretty damn good offer to make me not just do that, you know?
I get you. Well,
But
don't feel too bad
but
about
no,
it.
sorry. Hold on, sorry. I'm just getting derailed because I'm high and I have ADD. But um my whole point in that was that I imagined my dad watching that video
Okay.
and he just sees it after I fucked the board up and like, annoyed him and everything. And he's just like, did he, this is
Right.
what, and then he like hears me getting high and everything. He's like, is this dumbass really just getting high and making YouTube videos? And that's why he's fucking all these boards up. Oh my God. And that's how I get fired by my dad.
Wait, did you?
No.
Oh,
I'm
okay. I was
joking.
supposed to say.
No,
Oh,
we kind of
okay.
have like a don't ask, don't tell policy, like with this podcast. I kind of don't want them to know about it because like I want to feel free and just saying whatever the hell I
Yeah,
want to say.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're
Yeah.
saying.
But I know it's inevitable if this thing ever takes off, like if it's like big. But I think they know that I have a podcast. It's just they don't want to know everything that I talk about, so it's kind of like they don't really ask about it. So I don't really tell them. Like, don't get me wrong, they'd be supportive and everything if I told them about it and all that. But like, I just kind of feel like,
Just keep them in the dark.
yeah. And I feel like they're fine with being in the dark about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's like one of those. My little brother and my little
God.
sister know about it though. They told me I showed one of them the first YouTube short I made. It was like,
Oh.
I don't know, I just like the dreads, but I'm in a kayak, man.
Do,
And
do, do you know they're gonna go tell their dad?
well,
Or,
no, I showed them and they were like, "Oh, I didn't know you posted that." Like, yeah, we found your YouTube channel like 2 weeks ago. I was like, "What?"
the
So-
fuck? Oh
but
man.
my little brother, he's making YouTube shorts on his channel. But his it'll just be like him at the YMCA shooting hoops.
They have to start somewhere, man. You have to start somewhere.
Oh my God. Well, let me see. What did she say? Are we eating at Smoky Bones? I hope. Because all I had today was 2 boiled eggs, a bunch of gummies, and then a Slim Jim.
A Slim Jim.
Yep. Okay. So we're meeting there at 8. It is 25 minutes away. So I need to leave at 7:30. So we got about 10 more minutes.
Alrighty.
This one was kind of, I like this one. This one was fun.
Yeah, they're always fun.
Yeah, we got to do this again. The last one, I just remember kind of getting lost because like I was so high and you were talking about flat Earth and I was trying to watch a YouTube video of it. And,
Well, you're just not as active as you were in the other ones compared to this
yeah.
one, I guess.
Well, I'm getting a little
Or the other
more
one.
confident, I think, too, with the.
Well, that's good,
this.
no?
Yeah, and this is a skill, being able to just sit down and have a conversation with someone. A lot of people don't have this skill. And so, like, for me, I don't even care if this YouTube, okay, I do care. Like, I wish this YouTube channel would take the fuck off. But to me, what's even more, I shouldn't say that that's not valuable. That's valuable, but what's even more valuable is this, man. Like, just being able to sit down and just talk to someone. The only thing better than this would be if we could like link up and do this in person,
Well, see, like how I think of it as like basically we're just in a video game, like
in real,
you
you
know,
mean like real life?
Yeah, you're just increasing your carrot, your charm, your charisma, basically. I think of it
Yeah,
like kind of just like Fallout or something. Like
yeah.
you go to the gym, you increase your strength, endurance.
And you increased your conversation skill or
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly. Your charisma.
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing to make people laugh because like who can do that nowadays? Like not too many people, I'd say.
Yeah.
Even
that girl, she seemed so like, think about it. Women usually get, and I'm sure, women still get hit on, but like women used to get hit on way more because dudes were more confident, And then like that girl, she seemed so caught off guard that I hit on her, She had a boyfriend, but I think she still loved that I hit on her,
Well, yeah, like
But it's
women like to
flattering,
feel special,
Yeah.
exactly.
Dude, I fucked with her so hard. I was like, I just started looking at the ceiling. Do you hear that? And she's like, what? And I'm like, is that a plane taking off? Or is that just my heart?
Oh, goodness, Lucy. Shit. I heard her laugh too and everything.
Yeah.
So like, that was funny.
Yeah, and then she kind of got quiet and just stared at the register smiling. And I was like, so did it work? Like, do I get your number down? And she's like, no, I'm not single.
Oh my
Thank you.
goodness.
I'm like, no problem.
That's funny.
But see,
man.
I think like dudes, the problem is like when you're not confident, it's really hard to take that first step because what's probably going to happen is you probably are going to get rejected, especially because
Well,
you're not
it's
confident.
inevitable. It's inevitable, you know.
Because if you go up and you're all shy, you know, and you just completely like bomb when it comes to hitting on someone, you're going to get rejected. But you know, the more you do it, the more comfortable you get. And then when someone rejects you, it's like, what?
Okay.
Yeah, like whatever, right?
Yeah.
There's literally a million fish in the sea. Like fucking, they're all over the place, man. And like, it's actually kind of fun hitting on girls, you know.
This dude.
Not saying that it's a game.
Just go
like,
hit on every girl.
Yeah, and like I'm respectful about it. I would never like come up and like, you know, slap someone's ass or anything like that, or you know, make a inappropriate joke. You know, like I wouldn't be like, "Damn, girl, that ass fat." You know, like I wouldn't do nothing like that. But like just something simple, like, "Do you hear that?"
Whore.
I mean, I'll make disrespectful jokes, but I won't like approach a woman to her face and be disrespectful, you know. But if they come to a comedy show or they're clicking on my YouTube video, enter at your own risk, bitch. But you know, it's fun, dude. Just like to fucking come up with some like creative way to fucking hit on a chick.
So what is this Smoky Bones?
Oh, it's a good restaurant, man. I guess they just don't have it in Texas. They have it in Florida and they have it here in Tennessee.
And what is in the drinks you said?
No, I mean it's kind of like a sports restaurant and pub. So like they do have a
You said
pub.
there's like THC or something?
No. This is just a restaurant and a bar. Nothing like that about it. No.
I thought you said there's like THC restaurant or something.
No, when I was in Florida, they used to have this place. I forget what it was called. It was on 60 in Brandon. And it was kind of like a CBD and kratom. And then they had like, it was basically like natural stuff. You know, they would have natural products and they would mix them with teas and like coffees and, you know, make chocolates with them and things like that. And they also had some couches and a pool table, and it was kind of like a bar without alcohol. It was, you know, you could just come in and get fucked up, baked out of your mind, or, you know, whatever, and just play pool and hang out with other people that are just, you know, baked out of their mind. No one's drunk though. That's kind of the cool part because, you know, you're just talking to other stoners like, yo, what's up, man? You know, and you guys are just kind of baking out together. But in Florida, it wasn't legal at the time, so they couldn't actually like smoke weed and stuff. But I actually used to get real weed from that store. I don't want to. Well, I didn't say their name, and I'm sure there's at least a dozen places on 60 that sell CBD and all that shit. So I don't think I'd get anyone in trouble. But yeah, it was this girl, dude, that worked there. She wasn't like a big drug dealer or anything. She just sold some weed so that she could pay for her own weed without having to like use her own money. And so like she'd sell enough weed to cover her own weed use. You know?
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so she would you know, I'd go there and hang out and everything. And I thought she was kind of, you know, cute. And so I'd, you know, always just kind of hang out and talk to her and stuff. And she'd tell me about all her life problems and shit. And then eventually I kind of was just like, yeah, you know, like I do smoke weed, but because she asked and I was like, I do smoke weed, but I don't really have anyone to buy it from or anything. She's like, oh, well, I have a lot, I sell it just to cover my own, the amount that I use. And I was like, oh, sweet. Well, yeah, I'd love to get some. And she's like, yeah, I don't have any tonight, but if you come back tomorrow and you just buy you could buy anything here at the store and I'll put it in a paper bag along with whatever
Damn.
weed. And I was like, okay, that works. And so I'd come in and get like one of the teas with kratom in it. And I'd give her, 20 extra bucks. And then she'd put a gram, inside the paper bag with the, some chocolate I bought or whatever. And yeah, it was pretty sweet. I did that for a while. And then, when I decided to join the army, I had to quit. And it got out of my system pretty quick though. Like a week.
Probably because you were active, no?
Yeah, but I mean, before the army, not really. I was kind of out of shape and fat. So, I mean, I still am a little fat, but I'm trying to. It's only the eating, dude. I swear to God, if I could just eat like a normal person for a day, I would. I mean, I eat a lot of food, bro.
Like, what do you usually eat? Because you told me what, 2 boiled eggs, a Slim
That's
Jim.
today, yeah. I've been staying pretty occupied, and because I've been high most of the day, so like I've just been really focused on whatever I was doing. Like I was playing VR, and so I wasn't eating. But when it gets late at night and I'm just watching some Netflix, bro, dude, I'll eat 2 bowls of Cocoa Krispies with chocolate chip cookies mixed in it and ice cream. Like I don't give any fucks when I'm high and I want sugary treats. But throughout the day I'm good. Like in the morning, the afternoon, I'm good. But nighttime hits, Netflix comes on, all discipline goes out the window. I want Cocoa Krispies. Now when I wake up, I'll still be disciplined enough to go to the gym and work out. And I might have to shit 2 or 3 times throughout the workout, but I'll get it done. And then I'll do good all day. And I'll be so mad at myself. And the nighttime hits, and those Cocoa Krispies come calling my name, bro. Yeah, but today I've been good. So, anyways, it's about time for me to wrap this up because I got a date at 8 p.m.
All right, brother, man.
This is good though, man. This was fun. We got to keep this up. We got to keep doing this.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Just I really want to do that Milsim thing where you get everybody from the little group and just maybe one day each day get someone new,
Yeah, I'll put a message in the chat tonight, see who wants to hop on, man. But they got to be 18 and they got to be willing to reveal their name, because like I think like you got to be able to put your name on the podcast if you're going to be on a video call. Like it's just
yeah, I get you.
That's why I don't know if Max will do it, but I'll ask him.
So what episode is this?
Number 5, I think.
5? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I had Check and you as my only guest right now. I have other people I'm talking to about hopping on. It's just Hollow's been tough to get on. He's been talking to me about it. I think he'd be fun to talk to. I really do want to talk to him and have. Dude, can you imagine an hour and a half?
I gotta be there. I gotta be there if he's gonna be on there. I'm not lying.
Yeah.
Because I remember, I just remember this from on Milsom. He sent me a picture of him kneeling down with this fat ass white girl right here next to his face, just like posting up on a wall, man. Like, and I never forget that because I know who he is. So it's funny.
Dude, yeah, man. He's a character, bro. But he's got so much shit going on with the Navy. Like he'll, where he works on guarding a nuclear site, like where they can launch nukes from. And so, he doesn't ever get deployed or anything, but they'll literally put him in there for 12 hours and he's not allowed to have a cell phone while he's inside the wire,
Damn.
Yeah, pretty boring, man. That's gotta suck. And it's like a huge, you get NJP Article 15, like it's a big deal if you get caught with a cell phone inside the wire. And he said that he works weird hours because he has that job, so like sometimes he might be working all night long and only be free in the morning or something when most people are working, or like he's free today but only at 9 p.m. So it's kind of like it's hard to find a time where our schedules match up. But and
He's
then
just
Jack
standing all day?
Mujahideen, I want to get Mujahideen on.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
If I could get him, Axel, you, me, dude, and then Mohan and Max. Oh my god, it'd be way too
That would
rowdy.
be cool.
That might be way too much, dude. I don't know if we should get all these.
That's what I'm saying. Each day, maybe two people.
Oh,
or
like
one
me,
person,
you, and then somebody else.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you want to be like my co-host on this shit?
It don't bother me none. I'm just saying this is fun. So like,
yeah, we could co-host for a week and see how it goes. Well, dude, that's what I love about this shit, man. It's like you don't have to sign up or commit to shit, dude. It's like, yo, you want to co-host like the next 10 episodes, bro? Yeah, fuck it, man. No, that sounds fun, dude. I kind of like that. Yeah. Okay.
So I thought that would be neat.
Maybe we could do it. Do you want to do one tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm down. If I'm going to the gym, but I'll let you know.
You want to do it in the morning?
I work in the morning.
Yeah, I didn't know if like an early morning podcast would be better for you instead of like an evening one.
If so, I'll do it before I go to the gym.
Okay.
Because I go like at 8 or 9, normally 9. So like we can do it before then.
Okay. Yeah, so like what, you'd want to do like a 7, 8, that'd be like fresh out the bed.
What do you mean fresh? No, I'm talking
what about right after the gym? Like you go to the gym earlier, I go to the gym earlier, and then right after the gym.
No, what I'm saying is PM. That's the time I go to the gym. Remember, in the evening.
You do it at 7 p.m. is what you're saying?
Either 9 p.m. or 8 p.m. So like, are you available before that or?
Before that, yeah. 7 p.m. would be ideal for me if we were gonna do it, like in the evening.
Yeah, because I get home like around like 6 or 5 o'clock. So.
Okay.
The latest would be 6:30. So.
Well, let's go ahead and wrap this up.
Alrighty, man.
Alrighty, from where can you want to tell the viewers where they can find you? You got a website or I don't know, a YouTube channel? You want me to?
I don't have a YouTube channel, but Jeremiah's podcast is pretty cool.
Yeah, Jeremiah's podcast. Yeah.
Just get some people on here just to stop looking at me, damn it, like that.
Right? What are you talking about, Efrain?
What are you talking about, man? Anyways, so yeah, it's
they can't see me whenever you're talking and I'm not.
Anyways, subscribe and click that like button.
All right, y'all. Take it easy, man.
All right, have a good one.
Stop recording.